And every time I wear this shirt, and I've only worn it 3 times, I learned something new about myself. And so to connect the two, I walked in and I saw Erica and I'm like, is this shirt okay? Do I need to change my shirt? And like seriously, I bought another shirt and everything. But the reason being is because the first time I wore this shirt, it sparked the inspiration for my piece. I teach, all of my classes are African American students. And as an African American teacher, the expectation is that that should be easy, right? No. One of the hardest conversations to have in a room full of African American students is race. And so when I wore this shirt for the first time, it was to school. And it was a dress down Friday. Our principal sent an email and he's like, dress down Friday. And I'm like, when? Then I got another email from a guy who was hosting a Trayvon Martin rally. And he's like, I want to invite you. And I realized I had this unworn shirt. Double win, because I can dress down, go to work, go straight to the rally. So I'm winning, right? Until I walked in class. And one of my students looked at my shirt and said, I hate white people. And I kind of froze because this was not in my lesson plan at all. And so I debated, am I going to have the race conversation or just let it go? And of course, the teacher in me, the TFA Institute teacher in me, said I have to make this a teachable moment. And so, the blind man is the piece. 99%. That is the statistic of African American students at the school where I've been placed. A bunch of children whose backgrounds, social status, and most of all faces are all too familiar. It hits close to home because now I have to be the kind of teacher who taught me. She taught me pretty well, by the way. But it's not easy. I have to show them differences in a classroom where everyone seems the same. I have to teach them that every white person is not to blame for the circumstances of their community. I have to teach them to stop placing blame altogether and take ownership. To understand that your race does not dictate your fate. In fact, I have to teach them to stop seeing race altogether. Just see people and embrace. Embrace that we are all humans, we all have flaws and will make mistakes, but skin color doesn't matter. And where you're from will never be as significant as where you're headed. I have to teach them that your struggle is what makes you, but it can break you if you let it. And it's hard. It's hard to make them understand what they can't see, because for them, perception is reality. But I have to teach them. And not just teach them, I have to reach them, and then make them reach unfathomable heights of enlightenment and understanding. I can't just tell them, I have to show them. Because to inquisitive 8th graders, who of course have all the answers, when you tell them that the world is not black and white, you must have proof. In order to make them believe that what you're saying is the truth, you see it goes against everything that they've been programmed to believe. Because did I mention that as a teacher, my biggest adversary is the TV? And the media has made my students believe that they should aspire to be basketball wives, Chief Keef, or athletes. And made them believe that every white face they see is the enemy, so now I have to show them that for every Donald Sterling, there's an Adam Silver. And for every Zimmerman, there's a JFK, but in a room where they all identify with Trayvon, it almost seems as though there's no way. The lesson plan for this just doesn't exist, and there's no iceberg cool enough for this heated debate about race. Or is there? Wait, it hits me. Almost like an epiphany, and I ask, have you ever wondered what it feels like to be blind? No? Well, for 5 minutes, just close your eyes. And I want you to introduce yourself to everyone in the room without opening them. Why? Because the world is not black and white. And the color of your skin doesn't make you wrong nor right, and if you want proof, then think like a blind man. Look past someone's appearance and try to connect with their spirit. Close your eyes and listen to their thoughts. Hear the character in their words, and if you must judge something, pay close attention to how they make you feel. Because that's what matters for real. How do you stop yourself from becoming a racist? How do you embrace tolerance? You close your eyes and for 5 minutes, Just 5. Think like a blind man.